Hubsies. Hubsies. You need a boost? You need a boost, Hobbs? You're getting so big, but you still can't jump on the couch. You're even bigger than the other dog, and you can't do it. You gotta practice. Jump on the couch. Jump on the couch, Hobbsies. Being a wimp. You know, Amanda, I was told that I needed to include you more. My viewership thinks you're pretty awesome. And you know how I feel about that. Okay. Still snowy in Minnesota, but you'll notice I'm just in a sweatshirt because it is a balming 30 degrees. It's almost short and flip-flop weather, which I know friends of mine down south will never get, but when you've been dealing with negative temps, it's a heat wave. The world stage has been a little crazy this past week. And since I secretly make all these videos for my kiddos so that they know what it was like when they were growing up, I'm thinking maybe someday they'll run across this on YouTube. Russia invaded Ukraine and all kinds of chaos is ensuing. I just wish humanity would find a way to play along with each other and not be so damn greedy. But oh well. I can't do much about that other than try to be a positive influence in my own communities. But that's what's been going on. Oddly, the markets aren't nearly as wild as I would have thought they'd be. Well, we're up at Lakeville Harley Davidson, where I picked up my new tank, and we're up here thinking about playing cribbage and looking at the floor. So that blue bob, to me, is very reminiscent of the Mustang my dad had in the 70s. So it's a weird color, and I would normally be into that light blue, but it's kind of nostalgic because of the Mustang. My dad's Mustang was actually a little lighter than that, but so cool bikes. Thankfully, the Softail Lowrider ST doesn't come out till April. I kind of cringed. I absolutely want to see it, and I'll probably test drive it. But as I had said, I made some investments on the Softail Slim, and those investments have actually come in. So the first part of that is I bought the Mustang seat, and I'm not going to get it out until I'm ready to put the bike together. But I'll put some pictures up here. And I have learned a long time ago that if you're going to be touring for any distance, you need a backrest. So the seat that was on that Softail Slim was a Mustang, and I love Mustangs, but it didn't have a receiver for a backrest. Thus the driver for a quite expensive upgrade, actually. But a well worth it one. It's worth spending the extra money for a Mustang seat. The other piece that was not cheap, but well worth it, is an insurance policy. Here it is. That, which I'm not even going to take out of the wrapper, is a spare Softail Slim Army style tank. And you may ask yourself, and you may ask yourself, why would I bother with an insurance policy like that? And the reality is I already have a small ding that nobody but me knows about, well, and one other smart aleck friend on the tank. And this is one of those differentiators. And Harley does a really good job of making the spare parts available in custom paint jobs, but they only do it for so long. I think it's like 6 years. So my Softail Slim is a 2016. It's now 2022. Therefore, I knew if I ever wanted to replace the tank with the same exact paint style, I better get going on buying the spare tank, and I did. And even though it's expensive, it's really no more expensive than having somebody paint a tank. So if you have damaged Harley gear, before you go and have a painter go repaint it or fix it, unless it's custom work that you want, you might want to check with Harley and just see what the part is. You might be surprised. And I really need to spend some time working on bikes and cleaning up, because parts galore, ready to rock. And my garage is a mess, and I don't like it when it stays that way for too long. So I got a couple of other key items when I was up at Harley. This first thing should be in every bike if you're touring. And I liked this. I have a couple of others, but this is in a really nice self-contained case that can go into the saddlebag of my dresser. And it's ultimately a jump starter kit. And it's a way to charge up your phone when you're on the road if you have an emergency. So again, this is nice because it's all self-contained in a case that just happens to be in Harley colors. I'll put that right into the saddlebag, fire and forget. I've got some other ones that I'll put in, like my Sportsters and Softail that are maybe a little bit smaller, but that goes in the dresser. Also, I'm kind of into bling lately. They had a jewelry sale. I thought that was pretty cool. So, new ring. Buddy of mine knew I had a Softail Slim that was in military style. Knew I didn't have a Gremlin bell. It's bad luck to buy it for yourself. So I came home with a Gremlin bell. Thank you, Tracy. And I have the little brother of this. This too is going in my touring bike to better organize the massive amounts of gear I typically carry with me. This is the complete Harley-Davidson toolkit. Every tool you need in order to work and fix your bike. Oh well, for anything you're going to be doing on the roadside. So I've had a few different packs like this I've assembled myself. This is the official Harley kit, and it's the big brother of the ones that I carry in my Softail and in my Sportsters. So that's my loot. We were supposed to play cribbage today, but unfortunately the cribbage tournament didn't start until noon, and I wasn't feeling the best, so we decided to head on home. Now I'm gonna rest a little bit, and I've been working on setting up the business. I won't get into what this is, but let's just say it's kind of in alignment with some of the junk drawer stuff that you've seen in past. Which reminds me, I think I have an actual watch bid that's coming up for due. We'll see. Oh, such a sweet little baby. Who do you have there, Amanda? Hobbs. And you didn't want any more puppies.
No.
He's so tired. What did he do today?
He had a play date.
Had a play date with another golden?
Yeah.
Oh, he's so sleepy.
He's kind of snoring.
Snoring? What do you think, big brother? Did you have fun today, too? I love you, Oliver. Hey, buddy. Can you say hi to YouTube? Oh. Say hi, YouTube. Don't wake your brother up. Well, it's Saturday, and I just went to Michael's. It was for Amanda. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I've got some crafts that I want to do later today because it's 13 degrees, but the wind is really blowing. There's bike stuff, actually. It's going to make it in this episode, believe it or not. But more about that in a little bit. In the meantime, I was with the girls. It's Amanda's work weekend. And this is heading out of town with one of her friends, and T is with another friend. So I have a little bit of free time. Not much. Just enough to go grab a cheeseburger before I relieve our friend and start hanging out with Taryn again. So, I'm not a big fan of fast food. And there's a wonderful little place nearby. We'll head there. While in transit, I realized there was an even better place nearby, but burgers aren't on the menu. It's pork tenderloins. I didn't record anything in Fat Willie's because I always feel goofy breaking out the camera. But it's a good tenderloin. Not quite as good as the ones back home, but there was a gal walking around in a Hawkeyes shirt, so that kind of made up for it. Made me feel a little bit like I was back in Iowa. So there's a really great place in Charles City. I think it's called Pub on the Cedar, and Satliff down by Lisbon is also fantastic. But in a pinch, Fat Willie's does a really good job on the tenderloin as well. I really wish they still made Chicago-style hot dogs here, but they don't, unfortunately. And, Culver's isn't too bad either. So there's all these things that I grew up with in Iowa that I never really appreciated when I was there, but now that I'm gone, when I get the chance, I'll partake in a tenderloin, or also I love some good cornbread. And there they are. At first, I thought that I was missing one, and they're a little dirty from packaging, but we'll clean them up. You've seen me put these lids on before, so I'm certain I can do that. And we'll have a stock set as well as the Hogworks, which will be nice. Like I said, the stock ones, I did the lids with bars and lights, so it'll be nice to have that style to choose from. And the Hogworks are pretty much plain. With this current setup, I think I'll probably paint one custom and then have these staying to be stock. So painting those after the scratch, and by the way, just a tiny little scratch, looked like a number 4. In the old days, I would have just claimed it was a call out to Brett Favre when he was in green and gold, the only real Brett Favre. But to paint that, it would have been $500. Easy. And that would have been one side. Buying the lures from Harley is not much more. And I found both of those on eBay in good shape. No scratches. $240. So people ask me sometimes, how do you find this? And the key is to always be looking. I've known that was the case, that was scratched for over a year. You just have to be patient. So Taryn really, really likes music. That's probably one of her most favorite things, second only to hats. We've talked about that a little bit in past episodes. This is one of the more intriguing things to me, is how well she navigates Spotify. You know what you like, don't you, T? Yeah, we know what music is good. And there's two things that make her super angry. Oops, a little bit of drool there. One is she can get hangry. Right, Taryn? Need a Snickers? And the other thing is if she's not getting her way with her music. Today's a work day at the household. I've got some follow-ups, administrative stuff to do as well. But you know it's a work day because I'm wearing one of my favorite sweatshirts. And what is it you just said to me, Nissa?
I said that's my sweatshirt.
Well, maybe maybe that's why. We all own a piece of clothing that's been with us for many years and is comfortable and maybe not in the best condition, but we love it nonetheless. And this might actually be the last voyage of this shirt after, I think, probably about 25 years. But what can you say? They're broken in, they're comfortable, we know them, they're our favorite. And that's all the time I have for today. The videos have been kind of spotty, and I apologize for that. I hope it gets better. Just been busy and working through a few things. So I appreciate everyone's patience. I spent some time today just trying to help and do some volunteering. And that's good encouragement given the world stage right now, that anything you can do to help make the world a better place, please consider doing so. And with that, I thank you again for watching another episode of Merc Vapor. And I will leave you as I always do. Remember to see the beautiful things that are around you every day.